Yo, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. This is going to be a very different type of video. This is a face video because we're reviewing something that's not a mouse sitting on my desk, but we are reviewing the Fifine AmpliGame AM8 XLR/USB microphone. I'm not reading a script. I'm just looking at myself. So if it doesn't look like I'm staring at the camera, I'm sorry. I'm not. But yeah, so let's get started. So first I want to start with the feature set of this microphone. It is USB and it's an XLR microphone. So for those running XLR interfaces, you can just shove it into your interface. It does not need 48 volt phantom power. It is just super easy plug and play because it is a dynamic microphone, not a condenser microphone. You might need an XLR booster. This is what someone like JQ uses. He uses the Triton audio booster on his SM58 to really boost the volume of the sound.
Put quite some hours into it, especially because I actually enjoy the pad so much.
Next, it does have a USB feature. The USB feature being the exact same sound quality as the XLR feature. The only difference is that you plug it into your computer and you get this little RGB ring on it. I do have the RGB plugged in, but that's just for the video's sake. I actually only use the XLR. I dislike RGB. As you can see, I have minimal RGB in my setup. This is just a light that I've set up specifically for the video. Next, I want to talk about what's actually on the microphone. On the top of the microphone, you get this really nice mute button where you can press and mute it. This is only functional if you're plugged into USB. If you're not plugged into USB, all of the buttons are kind of useless. But you should have these same features on your interface or your mixer of choosing. On the underside of the microphone, there are two knobs. One is for gain on the microphone, and the other one is for gain on the headphones. It has an aux output for 3.5 millimeters on the bottom. So it's really easy to just plug your headphones in. Most people are using something like these anyway to game nowadays. So it's so much easier to just shove your IEMs into the back of your microphone and adjust the volume like that. There is also a button on the top. The button is for the RGB function. Again, if you use the RGB, you can simply change with the press of a button. It's really simple and it's a convenient spot to have it. Next, I want to talk about some pros of the microphone, some stuff that I really do like about the microphone that kind of makes me put away my other microphones. I do have a good selection of microphones and I've been maining this for about like 3 weeks now because it's just that good for me. So first I want to talk about the sound quality. As you can hear, I'm using a little bit of processing on OBS using OBS filters. These filters are expander, upward compression, compressor, and an EQ. The way I do it is I do an EQ first. I boost the highs, I boost the lows, and I do a tiny boost to the mids. This really brings up the volume of the microphone. Next, I run a compressor. That compressor is simply just making the loud parts of my voice quiet and the quiet parts of my voice loud. So it's bringing everything to an equal playing field and it's not too loud or too quiet. Then after that, I'm using an upward compressor. This is just helping boost the microphone up. So without the XLR booster into the microphone, it is a little bit quiet. I have my microphone volume currently set to 75%. And some people may think this is too quiet. This is why I use the upward compressor in OBS to boost it up a little bit louder so my videos aren't too quiet. Finally, I have the expander. An expander is simply just another type of compression. The way I have this compressor working is just detecting the peaks and they're just bringing them down -1 dB. So if anything gets too loud, it brings it all the way down and it's the overall vocal volume of the entire sub mix that I'm doing. Next, I want to talk about the way it sounds in studio recording settings. As people know, I do record music. I do make music production, everything. So here we're going to listen to a sound section of it with my mixing preset and without mixing preset, the raw out of the microphone vocals next to the fully mixed vocals. So these are kind of half mixed. I'm missing a lot of my plugins as my PC decided to die recently. So we're going to go listen to that right now.
I think that I'm losing my mind. Something where the sun don't shine. Thought our love was truly fine. Popping perks to waste the time. I think that I'm losing my mind. Something where the sun don't shine. Thought our love was truly fine. Popping perks to waste the time.
So here you can see while it sounds really good, unmixed, unmastered, anything like that. This is very light mixing. This is EQ compression that I would do in OBS. Over to Ableton, just a little bit of boosting, a little bit of cutting, and a little bit of compression. This isn't my full professional mix rack, as I'm just doing this for a YouTube video. But it sounds really good going into recording settings. So if you're doing something like music production, you're doing something like podcasting, it's simply easy to throw a couple of effects on there, and it really brings this microphone to life. The next thing I want to talk about is the price of the microphone. This is a $50 microphone. And like I said, for the price, I really just can't see it being matched. It's actually insane what Fifine is bringing to the table. But now we're going to go into the cons of the microphone. There are a couple of things I do really dislike with this microphone, and a couple of things I really just can't. And there's a couple of things I recommend doing before you buy this microphone First, the stock stand, the stand that comes in the box, is really, really, really bad. Because the way the stand is made, it picks up all keyboard sounds. So if you're putting it on the stock stand, you set the bass down and you're typing, it picks everything up. It picks all movement on the desk. That's because of the mount that the microphone is on. It's on this half ring type of thing, and you can't really adjust the way you want to. If I move the mic now, you hear it picks up everything, and I have to be very careful while recording to not accidentally hit the mic or bump the mic, because it's such a negative. Next, I want to talk about it being a dynamic microphone. A lot of people, especially in the gaming space, that's where majority of my community is actually focused, is in gaming. A lot of people do not know about condenser versus dynamic. A lot of people have no idea what the difference is. So when they see this microphone, they'll probably position it really far away. And as you can see, the microphone is still in frame. You can still see the microphone, but you can barely hear me now. And I'm probably I'm shouting at a very loud volume to be heard by this microphone, compared to me speaking at my normal talking voice really close to the microphone. So the point I'm making is that if you are using a dynamic microphone, the closer you are, the better the microphone will sound. It's just called the proximity effect. Same thing happens with condenser microphones, but because dynamic microphone is a single cone, type of cone thing, pointed directly at you, if you're not facing that cone, the mic will not hear you, compared to condenser microphones, which most times have a cardioid pickup pattern, but also are a lot more open. So they pick up more sound, which is why a lot of studio microphones are using condenser microphones, because they're more accurate to the sound that they're using compared to dynamic microphones, which are always a little bit more muffled because of the way the sound is processed through the actual capsule itself. And I was going to name another con, but I really can't think of anything else that would really stop me from recommending this microphone. If you do pick up this microphone, please buy an actual boom arm. I have a really cheap one from Newer, I think it is. Pick up something like the Rode PSA-1 or the Blue Compass, something with built-in shock mounting, or something with something to stop that, because it's a very frustrating, annoying sound, and people in my Discord hate it, and in my live streams you hear it all the time, but it's not something that I could really easily recommend somebody to go out and spend their money on, because it's super hard to get rid of. But the microphone does come in a kit with the boom arm. The boom arm isn't the best. It kind of looks really similar to this. But I would recommend, if you're picking up the microphone, to pick up the Rode PSA-1 or the Blue Compass, something that's really well built, or even the Elgato low-profile boom arm. Anything with built-in shock absorption, so you're not picking up all of these rustling sounds while using the microphone. So yeah, hope you guys did enjoy this video. Like I said, this is very different for me. I want to start getting more into my audio side of stuff. I've been doing music for such a long time that I want to start reviewing more stuff about things I'm more passionate about. So yeah, hope you guys did enjoy. Like if you did, subscribe if you want to see new. There will be affiliate links in the description. Under that will be non-affiliated links. Some people don't like affiliate links, so I'll leave options to support me or not. It's whatever you want to do. They're going to be through Amazon. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Like if you did, subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one.
Fuck it up, take a pill, throw it up, suck it up. I can't do enough for you. I would hate for me to be in love with you. I hate that I mean nothing to you. I can't find a substitute.
Yeah, I should've took a picture. It'll last longer, really fucking miss her. But there's nothing.